Hello, friends. Do you wake up every morning feeling lost and purposeless? Like you are just existing, but not really living? By the end of this conversation, you will discover the Japanese secret that gives life meaning. Because living without purpose is like breathing without feeling alive. Hi, Surin. So glad to have you here today. You recently read this beautiful book about finding your reason for being. What made you pick up Ikigai?
Honestly, Sia, I was going through this phase where every morning felt heavy. Like I was waking up just because I had to, not because I wanted to. And someone recommended this book to me, said it changed their entire perspective on life.
And did it change yours?
It did, but not in the way I expected. I thought it would be some motivational book telling me to hustle harder. Instead, it asked me a simple question that made me uncomfortable.
What question?
Why do you wake up in the morning? I had no answer. And that silence was louder than any alarm clock.
That is heavy. So, what is Ikigai exactly?
Ikigai is a Japanese concept. It means your reason for being. That sweet spot where four things meet: what you love, what you are good at, what the world needs, and what you can be paid for. When these four circles overlap, you find your Ikigai.
Wait, all four at once? That sounds impossible.
I thought so too, but the book explains it through stories. Real people in Okinawa, Japan who live past 90 and are genuinely happy. Not rich, not famous, just deeply content.
Okinawa?
Yes, it is one of the blue zones of the world, places where people live the longest and healthiest lives. And their secret is not some expensive medicine. It is Ikigai.
So, how do you find your Ikigai? Like, where do you even start?
That's what I struggled with too. The author says you need to ask yourself four honest questions. What do I truly love doing? What am I naturally good at? What does the world need that I can provide? And what can people pay me for?
Those sound simple, but they're not easy to answer.
Exactly. I sat with these questions for days. At first, my mind was blank. Then, slowly, things started coming up. Small memories, forgotten interests, things I used to enjoy before life got busy.
Like what?
For me, it was teaching. I used to love explaining things to people. Friends would come to me for advice. I enjoyed breaking down complex ideas into simple words, but I never thought of it as valuable. I thought it was just something I did.
And that became your Ikigai?
Not immediately. First, I had to believe it was worth pursuing. That's the hardest part. We often dismiss what comes naturally to us. We think if it's easy for me, it's not valuable. But that's exactly where your Ikigai hides.
In the things that feel effortless?
Yes, the book talks about flow. That state where you lose track of time, where you are so absorbed in what you're doing that nothing else matters.
I've had that. When I'm writing sometimes, hours pass and I don't even notice.
That's flow. And flow is a huge clue to your Ikigai. Because when you are in flow, you're doing something aligned with your true self.
But Surin, can you be in flow while doing boring, everyday tasks, like cleaning or cooking?
That's the beautiful part. The book says yes. Flow is not just about big creative work. You can find flow in sweeping the floor if you're fully present. If you notice the sound of the broom, the feeling of the air, the satisfaction of seeing a clean space.
So it's about mindfulness.
In a way, yes. The people in Okinawa do simple things. Gardening, cooking, walking, but they do them with complete attention. They're not rushing through tasks to get to the next thing. They're living each moment fully.
That sounds peaceful, but also really hard in our fast-paced world.
It is. And the book doesn't pretend it's easy, but it says this presence is what keeps people healthy and happy. When you are fully present, stress reduces. Your mind stops racing. You find joy in the smallest things.
Okay, so we have Ikigai and flow. What else keeps these Okinawan people living so long?
Movement, but not intense gym workouts. Just gentle daily movement. Walking, gardening, stretching. They keep their bodies active naturally.
No heavy exercise?
No. The author explains that it's not about punishing your body. It's about keeping it gently moving, like a machine that rusts if left still. These people are in their 90s and still tending gardens, still walking to the market. Their bodies are used, not abused.
That's refreshing to hear, because fitness culture can be so extreme.
Exactly. And along with movement, they keep their minds active too. They learn new things, teach younger people, sing, paint. Their brains never stop growing.
So body and mind both stay engaged?
Yes, and that's another key to longevity. When you stop learning, you start aging faster. Not physically, but mentally. Your curiosity dies.
That makes sense. I've seen older people who are so curious and alive, and others who seem to have given up.
The difference is often whether they've kept their minds active. The book says challenge yourself with small new things. Learn a song, try a new recipe, read about something unfamiliar. It doesn't have to be huge, just something that makes your brain work differently.
So, Ikigai, flow, gentle movement, active mind. Is there anything else?
Yes, and this one honestly made me realize what was missing in my life: community.
Community?
In Okinawa, they have something called moai. It's a group of friends who commit to each other for life. They meet regularly, support each other emotionally and financially. They celebrate together, grieve together. No one is alone.
That sounds beautiful, but also rare in modern life.
It is. And that is why so many of us feel lonely even when surrounded by people. We have acquaintances, but not a moai. We have followers, but not real connection.
So, how do you build that kind of community?
The book says start small. Find a few people who share your interests or values. Meet regularly, even if it's just for tea. Be there for each other genuinely. Over time, that becomes your moai.
And this helps you live longer?
Yes. Studies show that people with strong social connections live longer and healthier lives. Loneliness is as dangerous as smoking, but belonging gives you strength. When you know people care about you, you take better care of yourself.
That's powerful. So it's not just about individual habits, it's about who you're connected to.
Exactly. Humans are not meant to be alone. We thrive in connection. The book shows that again and again.
Surin, what was the hardest part of this book for you?
Realizing I had been living on autopilot. I was doing things because I thought I should, not because they brought me joy or meaning. Reading about these people in Okinawa who wake up with purpose every day, who find beauty in simple moments, who are surrounded by people they love, it made me see how empty my routine had become.
That must have been painful to realize.
It was, but also necessary, because you can't change what you don't acknowledge.
So what did you change?
I started asking myself those 4 questions every week. I started paying attention to moments of flow. I began walking every morning, not for fitness, just to move. I picked up an old hobby I had abandoned, and I reached out to old friends, started meeting them regularly.
And how does it feel now?
Different. Not perfect, but different. I wake up with something to look forward to. Not every day is amazing, but there's a sense of direction, like I'm moving towards something meaningful, not just away from boredom.
That's beautiful. But I have to ask, is this realistic for everyone? Like, can someone with a demanding job or family responsibilities really find Ikigai?
The book addresses that. Ikigai is not about quitting your job to chase some dream. It's about finding meaning within your current life. Maybe your Ikigai is not your job itself, but how you do it. Maybe it's in the relationships you build at work, or in what you do after work.
So it's more flexible than I thought.
Yes, it's not one big thing. It's a combination of small, meaningful things, and you can start anywhere.
What about people who feel stuck in careers they hate?
The book says start exploring on the side. You don't have to make a dramatic change overnight. Use weekends or evenings to try things. Volunteer, take a class, start a small project. Your Ikigai will reveal itself through experimentation.
So patience is important?
Very. Finding your Ikigai is not a quick fix. It's a journey of self-discovery. Some people find it early, some later. But the search itself is valuable, because even looking for your Ikigai makes you more aware of yourself.
Before we end, one last honest thought from you. How would you summarize this book in one feeling?
Hope. This book gave me hope that life doesn't have to feel empty. That purpose is not some grand destiny reserved for special people. It's something quiet and personal, something you build through small, intentional choices, and that it's never too late to find it.
Friends, this was today's book summary. Please let us know how you liked it by commenting below, and thank you for listening to the summary till the end.